Miss Rushworth has told me that you're going to be doing some instructional writing this week, so I made a quick video to show you how to make a chocolate fudge cake. Your hot task is going to be to write up these instructions. You'll need to write down the key features you've been learning about, such as equipment, ingredients, method, and handy tips. But remember, you can always pause the video if you need to write some notes down. Make sure to keep an ear out for the imperative verbs.
Once you've got all your ingredients ready, the first thing you need to do is grease and line your plastic baking tin. So you just want to, it doesn't have to be perfect, just quickly grease all over so that the paper will stick. And then usually what I do to get like a brief idea of like how big it needs to be is to use it as a template. And then cut triangles here so that you can fold it into the shape. And then place that into the bottom of the baking tray. Then usually I just put like a tiny bit over the top really lightly so it's even easier to get it to come off at the end. Okay, so for the next step, once you've lined your baking tin, is to find a strong plastic bag and make sure that it doesn't have any holes or anything in it, because you're going to put your biscuits in the bag and then bash them up, so it needs to be strong, otherwise it'll make a big mess. So biscuits go in the bag. And then you're going to grab the rolling pin you had earlier and just bash them up so the biscuits are broken up into like a fine breadcrumb. Okay, so just check halfway through and you can see the ones at the top aren't broken up enough, but the ones at the bottom are kind of finer. So it's easy if you just give the bag a quick shake so that the big bits come to the top again, and then just carry on bashing them. Okay, so that's probably about right. Empty all your biscuits back into the bowl again. There we go. And then if you see any that are particularly big, just go at them again quickly with the end of the rolling pin in the bowl. But they don't need to be all tiny. So that's probably fine. Your next step is to break the chocolate into the bowl. And this is about 200 grams of milk chocolate. Okay, so that's all broken up, and I'm going to put that in the microwave in like 10-second blasts. Give it a stir, and then if you think it needs longer, then just chuck it back in the microwave for another 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, the chocolate's pretty much melted. There's a few lumps still in it, but if you just keep giving it a quick stir, then it should all go back down to the same consistency if you just keep giving it a quick stir. Okay. And then we're going to pour all of that into the biscuit mix. Just going to stir that into the biscuits so that it kind of gets fairly evenly distributed. Usually it all kind of clump together, but once we put the butter in, it should be fine. 150 grams of the butter. Should be about better. And then again, I usually cut up my butter quickly, just really generally, just so that it melts quicker again, to be honest. Doesn't need to be pretty, just roughly cut into cubes. And then I usually use the same bowl again, just so you save on washing up. Just put it all into the same bowl that you melted your chocolate in. And that goes. And then again, put it in the microwave for like 10-second blast. Butter usually melts a lot quicker than chocolate though, so make sure you keep your eye on it. Okay, so just give that a quick stir just to break up any lumps that are left in there. And then pour that into the biscuit mix as well.
Can you bring it round to the surface?
And then just give that a really good stir. And we're going to use a measuring spoon and put in 3 tablespoons of the golden syrup into the mix. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. And then again give that another stir. It should help to bring the mixture together to be a bit stickier, so it's all a bit better combined. What I'm going to do is empty all of the mixture into the tin. Get it to all go in. Get it all off the spoon as well. And then using this big spoon, flatten all the mixture down so it's kind of a fairly even spread across the tin. Okay, so that's about done there now. And then the next stage is optional. You don't really need to bother doing it if you're not really that fussed, but I usually do it because I think it's a lot prettier. And then we're going to break in, this is probably about 80 grams of white chocolate into the bowl. Again, break it up so it melts quicker. But white chocolate usually melts a lot quicker anyway because it has a higher fat content. Okay, so that's going to go back in the microwave again. So once all of your white chocolate is all into the piping bag, you want to just take it out. Give the end of the bag just a snip to open it up, like that. And then I usually do it really informally. You can do like a pattern if you want to, but usually I just go really messy. Just keep drizzling it on. Like that, until it's all out of the bag. And then we're going to put that into the microwave, into the fridge for about half an hour, 40 minutes until everything's really solid and it's easy to cut. So I've just got this out of the fridge and it's gone hard and cold and the chocolate on top's it's not melted anymore, so it's all fine to take that out of the tray now. And then it's just a case of chopping it into individual squares and enjoying it. Using a bigger, much sharper knife to make sure I can cut through it properly.